Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. In this video I am going to show you how to view any HTML language on any site. So what I have up here is google.com. Not going to switch that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push F12. All up here is the language to the site. This is all the programming for the website. So if I leave that up and I go to, let's say, which is another search engine, it's going to change. Why does it change? Because it's a different site. This is all the programming language that web developers use to create websites. So what I could do here, we'll go back to Google. All right, so it's going to change back. So what I could do is you could copy it. Now with this, do not copy anybody's work. Now if you're curious for reference, then what you could do is you can go to Notepad here. And paste. So I just pasted the language, the programming, into a notepad. Now, whatever you do, you can use this as reference, but don't use it on your actual site, because then you're technically copying somebody else's work, and that's not a good thing either. So let's go to that's different language. So we're going to go back to Google here. And we're going to go into all the information. All right, so you have elements. These are considered elements right here. You go into console. And what this does is it tracks everything that you're doing. So basically, the HTML is like, okay, there was navigation that occurred because I looked something up, so it's going to recognize it. Then you have debugger. What debugging does is it's used for computer programs to find certain issues. So what I could do is go into here and say, I wonder if this isn't working right, and I could figure it out. But now with this is on the window. Me or you or a friend was on the site, a website on the server itself or on the network itself, so you can get in there and do all that. So basically, I only have read-only privileges on here. And you could do pause, which means I just paused the site. Step into, which means I could watch the local arguments and stuff like that. BCA, global, add watch. I could step over things. If you look here, it highlighted that. I stepped over it. Show find files. Break on new worker, which means I could split it down. So we're going to go back to elements here. We're going to scroll down here to here computed. This is the offset margin border padding. This is basically like a map. It tells you this, and this is, so the web page is that. You can go to events. You have blur, change, click, dB click, controlled air, focused in, focus out, which means it's to zoom in, zoom out. And then you have DOM break. There's not any. You have fonts, you have accessibility. And this is telling you all the stuff that's enabled or disabled to access the site. And you have changes that you could do too. Now, it gives you a full, this particular option gives you full access, but I will not be able to mess with Google's search engine because basically when you search something on any search engine such as Google, Dogpile, and stuff like that, you're just looking stuff up. You technically only have read-only privileges. That is all you have. So now what I could do is I can go to debugger, push play, and you're back on. So technically what I can do is technically I could pause the site, is basically what it is. So let's say you're in a video chat with somebody, even though I haven't tried that yet. Let's say you're on Zoom. No, that's not a website, that's an app. Let's say you're on a website that has video conferencing. You can push F12, go into debugger, and basically pause the site. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to work because most of the video stuff I use is installed on the computer itself, not on the network. But basically, I just pause the site. That's what it does. I'll show you again. Now the site is paused. So I can't do anything here. As soon as I push play, I have stuff I can do. Never break on exceptions, break on all handled exceptions, break on all exceptions. You do not want to break on exceptions because what will happen is basically you're going to get the site to log. If I would tell Windows to, or my web browser to break, basically an error will basically cause it to freeze. That's happened to me before. I am not a web programmer, but that's what happened to me. So when you're done, exit out, your screen goes back. So with that said, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.